How's it going, everybody? My name is Eric. It's currently Sunday, so I'm trying to post a video every single day. I missed yesterday just because didn't really have anything I wanted to post, and I didn't want to post anything that's not the greatest content. Um, but in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys what is the difference between a scalper, a day trader, and a swing trader, and which one I think is the best for beginners. Um, so for me, I've specifically mainly done day trading and swing trading, and I like both of them. I think they're both very good ways of getting making a lot more money. And so let's talk about scalping first. So right now I have Tesla and Meta open. Scalping is specifically on the smaller time frames. That's usually what most scalpers I see. So for example, let's say we're looking at, you know, there's this trade that I could have taken off the VWAP because let's see, it's at 650 and the 708. That's actually not a bad trade to take off the VWAP. Because we get this hard doji candle as well. Can't close above it. So this is, for example, is what a scalper would take. A scalper can see this going down, and a scalper will take a tight stop and a tight take profit. So specifically mainly aiming for a little bit less of just get in, get out quick. Scalpers trade the quickest of anything. It's usually scalpers, then it's day traders, then it's swing traders. So this is how a scalper would probably take a trade. Now I'm gonna show you guys, as a day trader for me, how would I look at this? So as I see this first candle couldn't break above this, the first thing I'm gonna do is look back. And so not really a whole lot of information we could go off of. But why don't we actually just full screen this one? So we're going to specifically just look at Meta now. So I'm just going to draw this out just for now. Uh, you know, close above it, say this, for example. Now what we're going to do is, I like to go to 4-hour charts, pull out the lines. And so, now we can see Meta has not seen these highs or lows in a long time. So we can go all the way back here to April of last year. And now we're actually just going to start marking out spots where the market kind of just seemed to bounce around. So we can see right here, this is a pretty good spot because we hit this, this, and this. The next one I would do is probably something around this right here, 502. And I'm going to show you guys exactly why I'm doing this. So we see that it bounced off of this, kind of hit this, bounced below. And so usually the thing that I usually end up seeing is when market's open, market may react a lot better to that. When market's closed, specifically post-market and pre-market, that's when it really shows. Unlike the NASDAQ and NQ and ES, it's a little bit more different. So, we can go all the way down. We kind of just mark out another spot. I'd probably mark out this would be the last one. And so now we go all the way back. And now, so we can see that we don't have a whole lot to play with actually right here. But I'm going to show you guys exactly how me as a day trader would take this and me as a swing trader would take this. So let's go back to the 2-minute chart and hop off the lines. Go back to candles. So 2 minutes. I could have either taken this trade and held it for this long, but most likely I would have held it until here. And now my stop loss would have been a little bit like just right here. Ooh, let me put that back. And this is a pretty crazy trade. On a $10 trade. Bro, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Let's lock this in place. So now we can move it. So this entry, what could have this been? So we could have entered anywhere really here. And the thing is, I would aim just for the stop loss. I would aim for a very tight stop loss for it to be above this. Now, where would my first take profit be? Let's go to 5 minutes. And we're just going to start, I'm just going to start drawing out kind of stuff that I see. See the value gap form right here. Let's change the color to white. Fair value gap right there on the 5 minutes. Let's extend that a little bit lower. There you go. And 10-minute. Pretty much similar thing. Never got tapped back into. And so this would basically be my first kind of thing. I would move my stop loss from here to break even here. And so, sorry, not break even, but you understand what I mean. That would be where I would get out for a profit. Is not even just down there, is if it could keep coming back and finishing up above this. And so usually I'd probably take, after I see a major move, I usually, with day trading, I usually look for a 10-15% move. So if I put $1,000 in, I'm looking for $100. If I put $10,000 in, I'm looking for $1,000, stuff like that. And so with this trade right here, this actually looks really good. And so you see there's a whole lot of like confluence right here. So I probably would have just put this, like a level here kind of. Just kind of show that like market's struggling to get past this. My overall take profit would have been right down over here. And so this is where I would be looking at. So as a day trader, this is actually a very complex trade because we take it from the VWAP, and there's also a lot of times where it does not respect the VWAP. Let's see. Here it fakes it out. We close above it, then right after that we close instantly through it and kind of come back through, and then we just dump. And obviously with Meta, we've been dumping for a pretty crazy amount of time. Let's see a time where, and actually it's respected the VWAP really well. But you can see, for example, like right here, you see how much it's kind of like just kind of bouncing around it, and then it will not even close below it. It keeps coming back up, and then it goes right through it. So not just trading anything off the VWAP, but actually trying to see exactly how to do it. That's why I like the VWAP a lot as a day trader. Now, the most complex by far, and I believe there's a good amount of beginners who would support it a lot, but I believe it's a little harder than just that, is swing trading. And so for swing trading, I'm just gonna delete this because now I see what I missed out on, what I gotta actually look for. And I'm actually gonna be looking at Meta a little bit more. I'm gonna actually backtest this today because I actually want to see it a little bit more. So let's go over to a different company. Let's go to, let's go to AMD. Okay. So this is how we're gonna look at it. And so I'm just gonna hide all my indicators. And yeah, actually let's remove these drawings. So we can see for the last, it's really just kind of been stuck in this whole, oops, wrong button. Been kind of stuck in this range right here. You see, so let's just draw that out real quick. And shoot. So with kind of how this just kind of looks in general, I personally would not be taking anything with this, just because we're not seeing an actual direction change since October of 2025. And not just direction change, but we're not seeing exactly where it's kind of hitting at or anything. We're just seeing that it's bounced around like a lot. And so even with how it is right now, it's moved up and down from 190 to 220, which is a big move, but not enough. So let's go over to NVIDIA. Now this is exactly kind of something I would be looking for. So we're just going to start marking out levels. And I'm just going to be marking out a good amount. Kind of more on the recent kind of side of it. And so with how it's looking currently, we see that it has almost taken out these lows all the way back from September of last year. It's already taken out the July lows, and we are finally about to be negative since July of last year. And so with a company like Nvidia, this is pretty crucial information. So where could exactly we be looking here? So we have the 4 hours marked out. Let's go to the daily. And with the daily, we kind of see a similar thing. And now I'm actually just going to go back to candles. Kind of want to just, they should look pretty good. So actually, I kind of just looking around at this, we are in a bearish market. And so let's actually just look at Nvidia stock. For example, these are going to be certain things I'm going to be looking at. Kind of just the news in general. You could even go here and look at Nvidia. So Yahoo News is great. Okay, I've never even seen that before. Let's go back here. Let's go to Robinhood. Let's go to Nvidia. Let's check this out. So, and what account am I even logged into right now? And so, let's see. So this is just kind of like the news. I've made a video actually about how to look at investing and kind of just how to manage Robinhood. And so, this is an analyst rating on, oh, what should you buy, what should you not buy. And so, we're seeing that the shorting of it is actually slowing down a lot, which is something very good to see. All of this is great information. This is personally where I believe you will see the most information possible. Put this on this side. And so we can see that Nvidia has been beating earnings since 2025. It's not even just beating, it's still getting above it. And so let's see. And so the next earning day is May 27th. And so now when we look at this stock, May 27th is all the way up here. So we got a good amount of moves. Now, where exactly can we move though? So we've seen the highs were all the way in October. And this is the lowest it's been since last year, July. So it's from 212 all the way down to 167. And so over here, something that I would be looking for is a potential bounce off of this. And now let's say we are able to bounce off of this, just like how we did here. We didn't close below it. And now obviously market opens up in certain different spots. So what we could look for is market closes below this. And let's say we get a red candle like this. And let's make this one red. And let's put this here. Yeah, here's fine. And let's say now what I'm going to do is the next candle. It's green. And oh, that's a thick candle. And so where I would be looking is if we are able to close past this, my stop loss would stay tight. And I would look for something here. Usually a 1 to 3 RR. So if you put in $900, you could make, why am I blanking? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? You can make $300. I don't know. No. Am I stupid or something? There should be something wrong with me. Yo, I swear, I've never been bad with math with trading. Okay, let's say you put in, okay, I feel like 900 is a weird number. So you put in $1,000. You're looking at a very, very big risk to reward, but your stop loss is tight. And so this is exactly how I plan it out. Let's say the next candle. Nope. So the next candle, we're able to close up above this. And obviously this is a very big candle. I would right here, if you're just starting out, I would take out almost every single one of my contracts, except for one. And then I would aim for the next level. So you guys kind of see how I'm laying out these levels. And now they do heavy correspond with indicators as well. And so we could see this order block is here from September of last year. And so that's the main thing that we're kind of looking at. See that the VWAP is kind of just, oops, not here. So the main thing we're kind of seeing is just specifically this order block here. We're seeing that's pretty bullish in general. But again, we're in a very choppy market. the market's not looking this clean. It hasn't been this clean for a while. So what I would do here is kind of look for something like this. Now, swing trading has the highest. Uh, it's one of the most popular tradings, and a lot of people like it because when I have a trade open for swing trading, let's say I open up on Monday or Tuesday, I can hold it. Let's say I just want to hold it till Thursday, Friday. I can keep that trade open, and I could be in the gym. I could be doing whatever, and in a sense, it is passive. The only thing is, you're not going to see trades all the time. And there's a lot of companies that personally I don't like trading. For example, Microsoft is not one of my favorites anymore. And so right here, this is my previous trade. And I actually took profits luckily up here. And we just became super bearish. And so that kind of showed me, okay, I got to wait on this. So this is what I would do for Microsoft. We have this super bullish order block right here. And we have another one below that. That doesn't really give us a whole lot of information. Let's just focus on this one. Let's go to the lines. And so you can kind of see it's bounced off. I like to look at the lines a little bit just because it kind of gives you a good amount of information. Now let's go to the weekly charts. Let's go back to candlesticks. Weekly charts as well. Super bearish, bullish from this order block right here too. 63%, that's a very high rate. And so what we could look for is something that actually gives us more information. When you want to look for something with more information, you got to switch to the 1 hour charts. And so I'm not just kind of just picking out the big names. Microsoft itself is in charge of all the AI. So these are things that you kind of just want to know. So when you think about Microsoft, think about all these AI companies. That's what they have to use. They have to use Microsoft to get certain amount of like all their databases are through Microsoft. Microsoft is the head and is the top. So we look at Microsoft. Next thing that we're going to look at is who is buying these chips. We know NVIDIA. Companies, for example, that like you guys can also be swing trading. Or a lot of these bigger names, you guys could also just be trading QQQ. And the only reason why I don't like this is because this is mainly more on news. If a company like NVIDIA has a bad earnings report, and we saw this actually last time, NVIDIA saved the entire market because right as NVIDIA almost had a bad earnings report, everyone thought it was going to be bad. Came in clutch, bro. Came in clutch, and we took home a very successful day. Until we got into this market, and we've just completely crashed. So, this is something, of course, that you guys kind of look at too. Because we could see that even from this past November, we kind of came down here, and even at this time, we kind of reacted around it, but we just dumped right through. So these are trades that you guys want to look at. If for beginners, I really would recommend look at swing trading. And how to look at swing trading, I would say go on to Robinhood, go on to Webull, and kind of think like this. Instead of actually buying options, do not worry about that right now. Just specifically put $20, $50, $100 into a company. So if the company loses a 1%, you're really not losing a whole lot of money. But with my headset die. If the company loses a lot more, then you have a higher risk. So if you guys have any questions with this, leave them in the comments. You guys can also always comment them on, text me on Instagram with any questions, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video, hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, see you guys then.